You know, we spend so much of our life trying to get somewhere, to be someone, to finally feel enough. We chase love, chase peace, chase success, chase validation, and every time we reach what we thought was it, there's another hill waiting, another standard to meet, another person to prove ourselves to. And here's the thing, the finish line keeps moving until you stop running. At some point, you realize you are exhausted. Not because life has been cruel, but because you have been running away from yourself. Think about the first time you felt you had to earn love. Maybe it was at home, maybe in school, maybe at work. That tiny moment when you thought, if I do this right, they will stay. If I behave this way, I'll be safe. That's when most of us quietly pack our bags and leave home. Not a physical place, but the inner one. We stop trusting our voice. We start performing. We shrink, adjust, please, explain, justify. And years later, we wonder, why do I feel so lost? Because we have been living everywhere but inside ourselves. Every yes that betrayed a no inside you was a small departure. Every time you stayed quiet to avoid conflict, you walked one more step away. Every mask, every forced smile, every I am fine, a little further from home. When we live outside yourself long enough, you get used to the noise. The constant scroll, the next meeting, the next trip, the next relationship. We call it being productive. But often, it's just distraction dressed up as achievement. There's a psychology term for this, self abandonment by overfunctioning. When we don't feel safe inside, we try to earn safety by doing more. More proving, more giving, more achieving. And then life does something radical. It hits pause for us. A breakup, a burnout, a health scare, a silence we did not choose. Those moments that feel like punishment, they're actually mercy. They are life whispering, come home. When you noticed how the heart does not break once, it breaks open. In those moments when everything stops making sense, your system begins to reset itself. Neuroscience calls it neuroplasticity, the brain's way of rewiring after shock or loss. Spiritually, it's the moment grace sneaks in. The breakdown is not the end. It's the body saying, I can't carry this version of you anymore. It's uncomfortable, yes. But it's the doorway disguised as fire. And when you walk through it, you begin to see that nothing outside you ever needed to change for you to be free. You just had to stop betraying yourself. Coming home is not a one time thing, it's a daily practice. It's every small moment where you choose truth over habit. It's waking up and asking, what do I need today really? It's speaking kindly to yourself when your mind wants to attack. It's sitting with comfort instead of rushing to fill it. You come home when you allow yourself to feel the full range, the fear, the anger, the joy, the softness, without labeling any of it as wrong. You come home when you realize boundaries are not walls. They are the doors that protect your peace. You come home when you stop chasing closure from people and start creating closure within. Maybe that's what healing actually is. Not becoming someone new, but remembering who you were before the world told you who to be. Sometimes people think home will feel like fireworks, but it's often quiet. It's the way sunlight lands on your floor in the morning, the way you breathe easier when you stop performing, the way your shoulders drop when you finally stop explaining yourself. It's cooking for yourself and eating without checking your phone. It's that deep exhalation after you forgive yourself for not knowing better before. That's home. The simplicity that never left you just how you notice it. When you first start returning, peace can feel foreign. You're used to chaos. Calm feels boring. You're used to fixing. Stillness feels wrong. But stay. Don't run back to what hurt just because it's familiar. Peace is not passive, it's powerful. It's the kind of power that does not shout, the kind that knows when to walk away without resentment, when to stay without losing dignity. How do you know you're home? When you stop arguing with reality, when you can listen without defending, when you can love without losing yourself, when you can fail and not make it mean you are a failure. Home is where compassion lives without conditions, where you meet yourself exactly as you are and still choose kindness. And the best part? Once you come home to yourself, you start seeing home everywhere, in strangers, in sunsets, in conversations that used to trigger you, because the world stops being your enemy when you stop being your own. Take a breath right now. Place your hand on your heart. Yes, really. Feel that rhythm. That's the sound of home. You have survived every ending you thought would destroy you. You have learned, unlearned, burned, built, all of it for this moment. So ask yourself gently, where have I still been living away from myself? What would home feel like if I were looking inside me today? Write it, whisper it, because the journey was never about becoming something. It was always about remembering what you always are: love, presence, awareness. If today feels quiet or uncertain, that's okay. Silence is not absence, it's arrival. Maybe this is the first day of your real life, not the one you build to impress, not the one you create to feel whole. So sit back for a moment, breathe. You made it through every storm, every mirror, every ending. You faced yourself. You came home. Welcome home.